What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys, and I'm back with another Dragon Ball Z Kakarot video. Today, I got a special treat for y'all because we are going to go to a special site, and I'm going to basically give a rundown of everything we know so far for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and kind of just use this as a time to reflect and review before going into Jump Fiesta this month in December. Guys, release day live stream January 17th or the 16th. Just, stay tuned. Like I said, y'all know if GameStop give out the game early on 9 o'clock, a late night release or whatever, then we'll do it then. But just stay tuned for that. So, and then today is the last day to enter the giveaway. I know I said we would do the drawing on the 30th, but that's not correct. The drawing would be tomorrow on the 1st because the 30th is still a day to get in. So you got about 14 hours left in that. So that link is in the description. People have been asking, how do I sign up? There's a link in the description box. We'll do the drawing tomorrow for November. And then once the game comes out, I'll send you your code whenever I get the code, because I'll go ahead and get it, but they don't always give you the code, depending on how you pre-order it or whatever like that. But when I get the code, I'll give it to you so that when the game comes out, you'll be able to play it. Without further ado, guys, let's hop straight into this. So the website that I am on, I will show it to you. Uh-oh, nope, I don't want to do that. I'm on the wrong screen, first of all. Let's bring this down. It's here, dbar.bn/ent.net. And it'll bring you to this website here that I am on. And it's all in Japanese, but I'm basically going to tell you what it says. Because this website has a ton of information, guys. For those of you who do not know what Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is all about, this website pretty much encompasses most of the stuff that we know so far. So the release date is the 16th. It's on sale. But this is in Japan, guys. This is a Japan website here. And this is just telling you some of the pre-order bonuses, showing you like the main page, some of the newest stuff that's out right now. That's, not really what we want to see because we already know all of this stuff, which we know all of it really, but this is more or less a summary of everything, the latest trailers, the pre-order bonuses, and things like that. So we'll start here at this page. And this page is basically talking about the sagas that are in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. You have the Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, the Cell Android saga, and the Buu saga. And when you click on it, it gives you a brief description of the saga, and then also like the main characters you'll be facing in that saga. So you have Raditz, and it talks a little bit about Raditz, Nappa, and then Vegeta, and it gives you a couple of screenshots, which are really cool to look at. Then the Frieza saga, which, like I said, same thing, a brief rundown. And I've translated this, guys. It's not telling us anything we don't know. So you might say, DM, what is it saying? It's not saying anything we don't know. It's just talking about the Frieza saga, how they got there and stuff. And so the main villain there is Frieza, but you will be fighting against the Ginyu Force and people like that. So don't think that, these are just showing the main bosses, the major bosses. There are minor bosses in there as well. And then, of course, the Android and Cell saga, which Cell is the main protagonist in that. And then you got the screenshots with that and stuff. And then, of course, the Majin Buu saga with Boos. The Boos, baby. Let's go. Okay, so that's really cool. Real neat thing that they did right there. I like that. That's really cool. So you can go check that out if you want to translate that, you can. Because we don't have a page like this for the English. And I don't know why. Next, we're going to the Z Warriors page, and this is going to show you all the playable characters that have been confirmed so far. Why I say so far? Because we know that Vegito has been confirmed as playable. We know that Gotenks is going to be playable. So you may say, well, DM, why aren't they showing them there? I don't know. I don't run the page, but we know that these are the main playable characters. You'll be playing with these guys more than anybody, preferably these three, And people are asking, are there going to be different versions of the characters? No, the characters, you'll have one Gohan. And more, well, I'm not even going to say that, guys. I don't know. Because I was finna say, I would assume, let me say that. I'm speculating there will be one version and they will change depending on the saga that you're in. Okay. However, thinking about it like from Gohan's perspective, you may be able to like go back and play with Kid Gohan or something like that. I don't think so. I think Gohan will change with the sagas and stuff like that, but I don't know. That's actually an interesting thing because it would be pretty cool to see Gohan, being able to go back and play with him as a child and do some of those later missions and stuff like that. So I digress. But when you click on each one of them, it takes you to, basically a summary of them, who they are. It'll tell you here Like, okay, so I just answered my own question. Wow, guys, this is why we do what we do. So this is telling you that he's playable and that here he's a support. So he's a playable character and a support character, Son Gohan. And then it's showing you the different versions of Gohan. So you also have Kid Gohan, who is also playable and support. Then you have Teen Gohan. So yes, to answer y'all's question, guys, and answer my own question, there is going to be different playable versions of Gohan. See, I was under the impression that he probably would have changed with the sagas, but then like I just said, hold on, that probably wouldn't make sense because what if you want to go back and do something? Guess what, guys? You can. So even after you beat the game, you'll be able to play with Kid Gohan and Teen Gohan or Adult Gohan. I think that is really, really dope. And it gives you some screenshots of them there in those forms. So that's Teen Gohan right there. That is dope, guys. I like that. I'm glad and I'm seeing some of this for the first time. It's my first time seeing this. So we'll have to go back to all characters, and then we click on Piccolo. Piccolo. If that page will load. It's like my internet's slow all of a sudden. Don't embarrass me in front of company. Anyway, showing Piccolo, he's a playable character and a support character. He doesn't have different forms there. And then Son Goku, same thing, playable and support. No different versions of Goku, which, but then you go back and we look at Trunks. Why did it click on Goku again? I clicked on Trunks. There we go. Trunks, baby. Trunks is also playable and support. No different versions of Trunks, but it's just showing you some of the screenshots there. And then, of course, my boy, Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans, baby. Playable and support. I think that's just really cool that they show that there. And then they also show you the support characters. And it gives you just little information on them as well. Nothing major. He's only support. Gives you some screenshots of their actions and things like that. I'm not going to go through and click on all of them. But you got Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu as well. So that's really cool right there. So the next page is basically what we went over yesterday a little bit. Well, we ain't getting there yet. But this is the different ways to fight. This is basically the combat page. So what you're seeing here is this one is telling you about how to knock your opponent away. Okay, so when we click on it, it takes us to a brief rundown. These are just screenshots you can click on. But these are basically knockback attacks that will knock your player back and you can pursue them for a follow-up attack. So that's what this is. And that's really cool that they take time to actually show you these things. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be other modes of combat, but these are the main ones. And you put them together to basically make a complete fight. So for those of y'all who are talking about the combat system and how it's bland, it's boring, there's nothing to it, that's not true. There's a lot to it, as we're seeing right here. Okay. And that's basically what that is. You know what I'm saying? And then right here, it's telling you that your attacks cost stamina and stuff like that and ki, and that you need to charge your ki. So it's telling you another combat mechanic is charging your ki. The next one is talking about just your special attacks. You have, of course, melee special attacks. You have the ki blast special attacks. And then you also have soul break. What is it called? I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My mind went blank. I don't know what it's called. Somebody help me. But y'all know what I'm saying, where you're able to charge your, go into a more powered up state. I forgot what they called it. Soul rush, something. I'll figure it out. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. Where this bar here has to be full, and also your ki has to be full, and then you go into a state where and it's basically saying here that your attacks and stats are increased exponentially. Like there's a big increase in your stats for your attacks and stuff. And then here it's talking about another mode of attack is your support character's special attacks, which we know Piccolo has a special beam cannon. Krillin has the Kienzan disc or the Kienzan. I think Kienzan means special disc, but whatever. As well as the solar flare. Yamcha has a move where the enemies will attack him. They'll focus on him. And he also has the spirit ball. And then Tien, they're not showing him and Chaozu, but Chaozu is able to paralyze the opponent. And Tien is able to use the tri-beam as well as the solar flare. So they do have multiple attacks that they can assist you with in battle. They also have a meter. I'm going to click it here. You can see here Piccolo's meter. That meter does have to be full because the attacks that they use that meter as well. So be mindful of that. Okay. And then here they're just talking more about the support characters. It's a Z attack. In a sense, I'm just summarizing. but it's where you and your support character do a combo attack against the opponent, and we saw that in the Raditz gameplay as well. Okay, now here they're talking about how to evade attacks. So you can use what they call a burst dodge, where you just utilizing your ki to fly fast, and I think that's really cool how they even have the lines here on that. That's really cool. I like that. Also, you have a ki explosion where you just basically exert amount of ki and it'll knock your opponent back. As you can see, Nappa's getting knocked back, knocking back dirt and rocks and stuff. That's really cool, as well as nullifying like the minor ki attacks. And then you can actually teleport behind your opponent, hit him from behind. Pause. But y'all get what I'm saying. And that's really cool that they have that in the game as well. And then it's talking about like some of the boss fight mechanics. You can use that sprint dodge to get away from certain attacks, that teleport to get away from certain attacks, and things like that to knock your opponent back. This is basically saying utilize these things in these boss fights is going to be the key to winning. So that's really cool that they put all of that in the game and that they're talking about it here as well. So that's dope. And then next is the world map. And this is the world map that we have confirmed so far. I don't know if there's any new locations so far. For example, Snakeway is not listed here, but we know Snakeway is a playable portion in the game. It's not something that you can actually visit. I don't think you can go back to Snakeway, so it's one of those once in a game kind of things. These are actually locations that you can go and actually visit. So you have where Raditz landed, the wilderness, different villages, Kame's house. I really don't even know where this is. I'm trying to pull it up. That's just another village. But anyway, it's pretty cool. You got the World Tournament Arena. That whole area is explorable. And dude, this is just super, super cool. And it's not showing you the entire exploitable area. I mean, I know you see that and think, oh, well, that's not big. But no, it's big. You got the glacier area, which is really dope. North City, West City, East City, Capsule Corp area, like, dude, they have all the locations in the game. And if you look on the gameplay, looking at these locations and how massive they are, I think that's really dope. And that's the ground where you find a little Indian man that leads up to Corrin's Tower. And then, of course, Bobbity's spaceship, which after you beat that spaceship will no longer be there, but you can see it right there in fine print. Kame's Tower, baby. The lookout. You know, so all of that is really cool. And then, of course, they have King Kai's planet here that's shown. And then Planet Namek and Supreme Kai's world as well. I thought that was really cool. They put those locations in the game. Now, this is what we went over yesterday. And this is basically the leveling system. Remember, I showed y'all that video a while back. These two were grayed out. Well, now they're not grayed out anymore. So now you have the complete list of how to fully upgrade your character and get the most experience. And it's important that you get this. So you do get experience from everything that you do in the game, but the largest source of experience is going to come from your major battles. Okay. And then if you want to increase the sub stats, you need to eat. Meals give you permanent boosts to your stats. Well, actually, let's just go through it. Okay. The leveling system, the tougher opponents you fight, the more you level up. And it's just talking about giving you experience and stuff like that. King Kai's missions and stuff, the training and stuff like that. Then the eating, and that's just saying here that, like I told you yesterday, eating different meals give different boost effects. And the biggest boost effects come from whenever you get Chi-Chi to prepare you a full course meal, which is really dope. And then you have these permanent boosts to your stats, and you have the temporary effect boosts to your stats as well and stuff. So whenever you eat, you will get permanent boosts. So that's one thing. You don't have to eat to be a strong character, but eating will help you to be a strong character. You have so many different meals and things like that to eat to give different boost stats. And you can catch meals in the wild, hunt dinosaurs, catch fruit and trees, or you can fish. And that's really cool. And then my bae, Chichiana, get her to cook. And like I said, she will give you the biggest boost to those stats overall, depending on the meals. And then they talk about training, which it is image training. You sit there with Piccolo, and then he's image training against Piccolo. And that's really cool. And it's just basically telling you that to train in order to unlock new skills and to upgrade your skills. So for that 3-star Kamehameha that's really, really big, you got to unlock that through training. And that's really dope. And then, of course, what we talked about yesterday with the Z-Orbs. Also, and they're just saying here that it's coded by color or whatever. That's what it's saying here, actually. So green, red, and blue, and you know where to find them by the water and the land and then the rocks. It's really, really cool. And they're needed to upgrade this puppy here. So this is a bigger look at the skill tree here, and you can see these are all attacks. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. This is probably related to like his key or something to that effect. And the blue, from what I've read, from what I've seen, is the passive stats. Like for example, the one we looked at yesterday was the one up here, and that was for a stun effect. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they'll have stuff to maybe let your key charge faster, and a lot of different things. I can't wait to see this. But all of these major nodes are all like different attacks. So for Goku, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different attacks, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like they're up. The big ones are major things, and the smaller ones are more or less upgraded kinds of things. It's going to be really cool to see the skill tree on that though. And then of course the soul emblems that we saw in yesterday's video as well. That they do. Each of them provides a different level up for the community. You have the Z community. I go through it on here. The Z community, the meal community. I always say community. I said that yesterday. The Z community, the meal community, the training community, the research and development community, the gods, the adults, the treasure hunting community. That's really dope to think about it in there. And then you can just, you get different soul emblems that you could put on these boards, and they give you boost and stuff like that. So all of those things together play into it plays into this that levels you up to the max. So you don't have to use soul emblems. You don't have to eat. You don't have to train. You can literally just play through the game and level up that way, and it'll give you a tougher experience. But if you want the overall best experience encompassing everything in the game, do it all, baby. That's what's really cool. Okay, let me back up right quick because I want to click on this. This was talking about the vehicles. You want to know what research and development does in the game? This is what research and development does in the game. It's able to give you different cars and stuff like that. This is how you make and acquire those different cars. And you do have stars to the cars. It's those capsules, and that's a 4-star. So I wonder if we'll have 4-star attacks and stuff in the game. That's really cool. But here you can see the little trinkets and stuff that you need in order to obtain this car, the speed and all that kind of stuff that it uses. And you can have races. Now, what do you get from the races? More likely experience, maybe Z orbs and stuff like that. But it's showing you the cars, and then it's showing you like the little robotic devices. And this is an homage to something back, I want to say in early Dragon Ball Z from the manga and stuff like that. You see Goku riding it and stuff, and that's really cool. And you got games and stuff to do as that as well. And Bulma is the head of that, the research and development crew. But that's what that is. And that's really cool to see as well. And then, of course, this page here is just showing you what's new. And you can go back and watch all the trailers. And then last and not least, it's just showing you the different versions of the game and what comes with them, with the pre-order bonus, the Banyu training, the special sub quest from Goku coming back from Yard Rat. Doesn't say anything about visiting. Maybe that's already in the game. Who knows? And then, of course, the meal that gives you those permanent boost to your stats. All in all, guys, this is an awesome website. I implore you to go and check it out for yourself. And if you are able to translate it because there's useful information there. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter as well. Man, we are almost a month away from the release of this game, and I am super stoked for it. Guys, that's all I have for right now. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.